A super shortcut to getting what you want. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. This is an idea that I talk about a lot, and I like to put a finer point when the times come, And right now, earlier today, I was speaking with a group of people that are politically active here locally. And there's a million things that a person can react to, regardless of which side of the aisle you're on or how you view politics. There's always things demanding a reaction, right? There's always someone from your opposite thoughts that are putting things out there to get a reaction, to get you fired up and overreacting to what they're doing. All sides do it, but the real thing is to catch yourself from getting caught up with it. And the way I help people, whether they're business owners or whether they're politicians or political activists or whoever, if you really want to know how to get to what you want as quickly as possible, first you got to define it. Your ideal has to be defined. The visible ideal in terms of what would I really like to happen that I can realistically see happening, or even unrealistically see happening, but you believe that it can happen. What is that one thing that you can see happening eventually? So putting that out there, and then looking at, how soon do you want to get there? What would be really good in terms of you getting there to that ideal? What point do you want to get there? Okay, if you don't have that yet, you're always going to be stuck in reaction mode. You're always going to be reacting to the other side. And if you're building a business, you're reacting to everything around you. And if you're working in politics, you're reacting to the other side, guaranteed, and reacting to all the day's news and so forth. It'll never work. You'll never be able to get what you want because you're spending too much time reacting to everything else that's occurring. But if you know what you want, if it's well defined, and you have an idea of when, of how soon you'd like to get there, then the next thing is, what can I do right now to fix it? What can I do right now to take one more step in that direction, a positive step, regardless of everything else that's going on? And that's why I love this book, The One Thing, because the one thing, it all pulls you back to focusing on doing one thing at a time. And this is really opposite from, or on face value, it's opposite from the way a lot of people teach. So one of the things that Dan Kennedy, who I've spoken about before, who's a marketing guru and expert out there, he has spoken about how you really want massive action. You want multiple things happening all at the same time. And that's absolutely true. But to get yourself out of the gutter and to get yourself focused on moving forward, sometimes you have to start with one thing at a time. And once you get one thing going and you have it systemized, you have someone else working on it, or you have it automated via software or whatever. Once you have one thing taken care of where it can run on its own, then you work on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. But it does have to start with one thing. And there's this focusing question, and of course I don't have it pulled up right in front of me, so I'm going to flip through this book while I'm talking to you so that I can hopefully find it quickly. I love just the way that it's worded in here, which is the focusing question all about, which comes straight from The One Thing. Okay, page 102. We're gonna run to page 102 real quick here so I can read this to you, because this is what it's all about. And I've had this memorized in the past, but it really comes down to this one question you could ask yourself. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? I'm going to read that back to you because it's important. What's the one thing I can do that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Now, this works perfectly with a long-term goal. once again, it doesn't matter where you're at or what you're trying to achieve. It doesn't matter if it's political. It doesn't matter if it's a family goal. It doesn't matter if it's a goal for your personal lifestyle or for your business. If you've got this goal and you know about how soon you want to get it, then the next question is, what can I do right now to start moving in that direction? And you start thinking offensively and less defensively. When you're reacting to everybody, you're on defense. You can't win because it's constant. There will always be somebody putting offense on you, putting out targets to distract you. It's part of life. You can't get away from that. It's never going to slow down enough for you to catch your breath. You have to start going out. You have to be on offense. You have to move forward, and it happens one simple step at a time, which is why I love this book. I love the concept because it brings everything down into focus, and eventually you get to the point to where you have enough things running in that direction that you can layer it and create massive action that Dan Kennedy talks about, which is absolutely necessary in the long run. In the short run, get your focus straight, get moving in a positive direction, and then you start piling on as time goes on. Hopefully that's helpful to you. If you'd like more long-term strategies to be able to help you out, go check out my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. You can get your own free copy. You can go get a copy off Amazon.com. That's fine. I make a few bucks off of it. Or you can completely go around that. Just get a digital copy over at my website, AmazonProofBook.com. AmazonProofBook.com. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Come on back. We'll have another talk about either a strategy, a principle, or a tactic that can help you with your business. You have a great night. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.